All right. Good morning, parents and students. It's great that we have a full house today. So my name is Dr. Chowding. I'm representing this discipline called Information Systems and Analytics. It's one of the majors within our Bachelor of Business Administration program. So it's my great pleasure to introduce to you this new major, and this not a new major, but this major ISA. I'm going to talk about what this major is and what other courses our students take, and also the career prospect for our graduates. Okay, so let's first think about an imaginary world. Okay, so let's imagine in a different world. And now in this world, we have no internet. There's no 5G, there's no 4G, there's no high-speed internet, there is no data plans, there's no smartphones. All our phones are somewhat stupid. Okay, so put yourself in this imaginary world. Let's try to make some decisions. Now, these decisions are really routine type of decisions that we make on an everyday basis. For example, if you're trying to plan a trip during the Christmas time, if you want to go to Barcelona for a short vacation, so how do you plan that trip? How do you make airplane tickets? How do you book for hotels? How do you schedule all these itineraries? That's a really routine job we do nowadays with smartphone. But now in this imaginary world, there's no 5G, there's no internet. How do you do all these things, right? Now, how do you book a sports venue? For example, over the weekend, you play tennis with your friends, you need to book a venue. How do you do that? Without a mobile app, without internet. How do you make friends without Instagram? How do you find people to meet? How do you talk with friends without WhatsApp, without Instagram, without Facebook? How do you navigate in a new city? For example, now you're in Barcelona. This is a new city. You don't have Google Maps to help you. You don't have Apple Maps to help you. How to go from one location to the other? And lastly, how do you conduct financial investment? Of course, nowadays you don't do that, but your parents might be doing financial investment. You want to invest in certain companies in terms of their stock. How do you do that without mobile apps? Right? So these are some simple decisions we now make every single day. We know how to do that with the help of mobile apps or internet, but without them, how do you do that? For students, you may not have immediate answer to these questions yet, but for parents here, probably you know how to do that because we lived in this imaginary world 30 years ago, 40 years ago, that time when we had no internet, right? So without internet, how do we plan overseas trips? Really, we go to an agent. There are professionals who help us, but of course, there's a booking fee, there's a commission fee, there's a service fee. We pay them. And the whole process, well, we've got more visitors come in. So welcome. Okay, so we're talking about how do we make these decisions without internet. Now, if you go to agent, it usually takes you a few days to get the decision done. But now with a mobile app, just a few clicks, you can get your tickets booked. You can get the rooms reserved, right? And then how to book a sports venue without a mobile app? Again, you have to make a call to the facility to make a booking. And again, there might be a service fee. There may be a commission fee. How do you make friends from abroad without Instagram, without WhatsApp? This is a little difficult, right? This is a little difficult. So you have to join some clubs, like sports clubs, student clubs, to meet someone new. Reading clubs, English corners, right? That kind of thing. How do you navigate in a new city without Google Maps or Apple Maps? Now you have to rely on a paper, a physical map for navigation purposes, or ask people on the street and then ask them how to go from this location to the other, right? That's the common way we do. How do you conduct financial investments if there's no apps to help you? Well, traditionally, we go to a broker. We go to a financial institute. We go to a bank. There are professionals who help us. And of course, again, there are service fees, there are commissions fees charged, and it's not as immediate as nowadays. So you see, IT has changed a lot of our daily lives. With IT, we are shortening the virtual distance between friends and families, total strangers, business and consumers, governments and citizens, doctors and patients, right? That's the significance of IT. So there's a saying that goes like this: IT has enabled the latest globalization, although today, or recently, we're thinking the globalization might be collapsing. True, that's true, but it's also a common consensus. the latest globalization has been enabled by IT. Okay, so IT, it's not exactly ISA. Here we're talking about information systems analytics. So what's the connection between these two? Well, ISA is the link between IT and business. We're trying to apply IT in business functions to achieve the goals or to achieve better business performances. And although ISA is somewhat new to a lot of you guys here, but you are using information systems every single day. For example, when you go to a supermarket, when you check out, you're going through the checking out system. That is the information system. Okay, we call that system transaction processing system. When you apply to Hong Kong U, when you want to get admitted, you have to apply through our university admission system. When you get admitted to Hong Kong U, you need to enroll in courses, then there are other systems you have to use to make the enrollment happen. So you're using some sort of management systems or information systems every single day. So ISA, Information Systems and Analytics, is a major that studies how to design these systems, how to analyze the systems, how to manage the systems. Okay, that's the idea. Okay, it's working now. Let me give you some more concrete example in our daily practice. For example, we all had the frustration of trying to book concert tickets or movie tickets, whether it's Ethan Chan or Jackie Chan, right? Now, we all know it. When you go to this online website, for example, UrbTix, you have to log in, you have to queue up, then you have to pick a seat, and then you make a payment, right? So this is a whole workflow of the system where it involves login, queuing, payment, seat selection, and so on. These are all part of the design of the system. That's what ISA is all about. And another example is when you order Big Mac from McDonald's, when you use the self-checkout machine, that is also one type of information systems. We call this ordering system, right? Again, you have to go through a sequence of actions until you make payment. So these are just more concrete examples related to the discipline of ISA. And of course, we're not focusing on the technical side of the system instead of, in terms of how to code it. We don't focus on the technical side. We focus more on the management side of this system because we're in the business school. We're not in the engineering school, okay? And on average, for ISA students, we got, on average, yearly, 35 students who declare ISA as their major, but students also choosing ISA as their minor. So on average, we're looking at 50 to 60 students per year who study ISA. Not only students from business school, but also we have students who come from other faculties, for example, engineering, arts, architecture, and so on. And as I said, this ISA is only part of the general BBA program, a Bachelor of Business Administration. There are 5 majors within this program. ISA is only one of them. And our students who are in this BBA program, they can choose one of these 5 majors starting in year 2, okay? Depending on your preference. If you're interested in finance, marketing, or other things, you have that flexibility to choose it. And starting from next year, next January, we're adding a new one to this list, a new major called Artificial Intelligence in Business, AIB, in this program. So our students can also choose the other one as a complement to their study. Okay, so that's the general idea of ISA. And then in terms of the courses of this program, well, we have faculty core courses. We also have disciplinary core courses. Now for disciplinary core courses, these are IS-related courses. For example, we give our students a general introduction to information systems. We also introduce how to manage information systems. We also introduce how to design and how to analyze information systems. So that's the general structure. And again, it's not that technical, although it's related to IT, related to IS, but we don't offer hardcore technical courses. Unlike the engineering school, this is still focusing on the management side of IS. So our graduates, usually they will end up in a non-IT sector. They can become IS audit, or entering as IS consultant. But some of our graduates also start with a more IT-related job, such as system designer, system analyst, system architect, right, and so on. And some of our previous graduates also started their own business, so they become entrepreneurs, and that's also possible. Okay, so when you're deciding which major is the best fit for you, this is the overview of ISA. If you have a great passion for applications of IT in business, then ISA is for you. If you want to take on a more managerial role instead of a technical role, you want to become a consultant, you want to become an audit, then ISA is also a good fit for you. And if you want to seek more diverse opportunity, so on top of ISA, you might be pursuing some other disciplines. Then this ISA is also flexible. You can always have room to take another major or to take another minor to complement the ISA major. And lastly, if you are planning to start up your own business, you're planning to do something related to entrepreneurship, then this major ISA is also a good fit for you. Okay, so when you are thinking about which major to choose, think about what exactly you plan to do 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What's your career goal? How do you want to develop your career? And that's something you should consider. And then, as I said, we're going to offer a new major in the coming January. This new major is called AIB, Artificial Intelligence in Business. The official announcement hasn't been made yet because we're still incorporating this in our system, but most likely we're going to roll out this new major in January. Now, this major, we focus on 3 areas. And it's AI, right? But again, we're not focusing on the technical side of AI. We're still looking at the applications of AI in business. For example, in accounting, in marketing, in finance, and so on. So the 3 areas that we cover include the basic foundations. Because for AI, it's nothing but learning from past. How do you learn, right? How do you learn? You can do deep learning, you can do machine learning. So we also will introduce some of the basic technical concepts to our students. Now, the second area that we'll focus will be the applications, business applications. As I said, nowadays, a lot of those customer service rely on AI. When you chat online with a customer service, it's likely you're chatting with AI. And when you see all of those promotional materials, it's likely also they're made by AI, like videos, text, images, and so on. So AI has been widely adopted in various business disciplines or various business areas. So we want to talk about how how we adopt AI in business. Now, the third area is responsible innovation. So we want to talk about how to responsibly innovate with AI. There are ethical issues that our students should consider, right? So that's the overview of this new major called AIB. And right now, it's only going to be exclusive for Hong Kong U Business School students. We do not allow students from other faculties to choose this major. So this is something unique, at least for now. In the long run, we still hope to open this major to all students at Hong Kong U. But for now, it's only unique and exclusive for Hong Kong U Business School students. So we were thinking about using this as a complement. It's only going to be available as a second major, not as a first major, meaning that you must have a major first, then you can choose AIB as your second major. For example, you're already studying finance, great. You can add AIB to it as a second major or as a minor. Or you're studying ISA, then good. You can also choose AIB as your second major. So that's the current plan and current structure. And we may further expand this to other areas as well in the long run. Okay, so that's everything I want to introduce to you with regard to this major called Information Systems and Analytics. Hopefully, after this 10 minutes of introduction, you know better about this field and also the potential of this field. Now, to give you a better idea, we have also invited a current student to give you more detailed introduction of this program and also the experiences that she had. Okay, so please.
Okay, so hello everyone. It's good to see a full house. I'm very happy that all of you are here. So let me give you a very quick introduction of myself. So my name is Bibi Hadra. You can call me Bibi. I'm a year 3 student studying economics and finance, and my second major is ISA, Information System and Analytics, and I'm also doing a minor in computer science. So you might seem like, oh, this girl is crazy. She's doing so much. But after hearing my sharing, you're going to see, okay, that she is even more crazy. So I actually went through JUPAS, of course, but I got like it's called SNDAS, which is a direct admission scheme. I'm not sure if you know about this from my secondary school. So I got direct entry to HKU, like unconditional offer. In 2023, I also did DSE. I'm a local student, but born in Pakistan, raised in Hong Kong. Yes, I can speak Cantonese very fluently. And my DSE electives were basically BFS and economics. And if I just have to describe myself using just 2 words, I would basically say I'm an explorer and an extrovert. I'm not going to explain why right now because throughout my sharing session, I think these 2 words are going to be reflected throughout my entire presentation. So, talking about first question, all of you here are in a lecture hall of HKU. So, there must be a reason why you chose to come to HKU's Info Day, right? So, let me give you a very quick just 4 reasons on why you should choose HKU Business School, especially. Like, I'm part of business school. So, there's 4 main reasons for this. First and foremost, of course, the reputation that we have. I'm not sure if you know, recently our ranking has increased. We're ranked the second QS Asia University ranking in 2025, just this year. You can see how HKU is putting so much resources in its students, in its research, in its facilities, and so on. So if you're at HKU, just imagine coming to HKU and putting just HKU this title in your CV and going to employers, oh, I graduated from HKU. You're gonna have an upper hand on this. So yeah, that's the first big advantage of coming to HKU. And moving forward is the cutting edge curriculum. Just now, Dr. Chow mentioned that we're introducing more and more, curriculums coming up. For example, the AIB, which is something that just recently been introduced. I mean, it's sad that I can't do it because I'm already overloaded with so many things. I mean, I would love to do it. And there's also like these days HQ Business School is already prioritizing more on AI and sustainability, 2 things that's becoming very important for employers. And most importantly, the third part, like why are you studying at university? Because you want to get a job, right? And if you look at the statistics here, like almost like 98%, which is almost 100, after graduation, it is guaranteed that our students, people who graduate from HQ, can successfully get a job. And look at the salary. That is way higher than the average salary, usually 20K. People will get 20K or 25K, but our graduates get an average salary of 36.7K, which is a lot. And lastly, to me, which is the most important, you can see I am a local, but not a local because I don't look local, right? So, exactly. So, this is something that's very important. Like, HKU is very diverse. You'll see people from all over the world. There's so many societies, so many clubs. I'm a Muslim, right? So, we also have a Muslim association. That is, I think, to me, that's very important. I'm not sure, because I see all local people here. So, I think to you, it's not important, but to me, seeing different faces, it's something that's very important for me. Like you see, I'm not a local, but I'm still here. So that's a good thing. That's a sign that HQ is very inclusive and diverse. And the next question is the whole point of the sharing is why ISA? I'm originally ENF, Economics and Finance. So what made me choose ISA? 4 reasons again. Imagine, for example, I'm a very strategic thinking person. I chose economics and finance because I really like economics. Now imagine, with economics, you have technology. Boom, you're already sorted for life. Because nowadays, a lot of companies are prioritizing technology. Like if you go to job portals, every time they're going to ask you some technology related tasks. For example, do you have skills in Python, R, or anything like all these technical terms, which I think is very important because now, everything is being rapidly evolving, right? Learning technology, I think it's a must. It's like a requirement for every student. So I highly recommend if you want to secure your life, get a job, then ISA or just any technology related courses, it's very important for all of you. And second part is that, as I mentioned, that when you're applying for any jobs, they would ask you, do you have any skill set in Python? This is SQL, Power BI, Tableau. This is basically everything you will learn in ISA. I did learn some in computer science, but I think you would have a brief understanding of Python in ISA also. And for other part like SQL, also Power BI, during your assignments, during your any project, you'll be required to use. So it's okay if you don't have any knowledge or you don't even know what's going on, but ISA, the best part is that you're getting the hard skills of it. And next is the versatility. The best part is, as we mentioned, ISA is like a whole curriculum. So with ISA, you can do any second major, any minor, which I think is a very good point already. Like I'm a econ and finance, but I'm also doing a second major in ISA. There's a lot of flexibility to this. And lastly is that, as Dr. Chow also mentioned, that after you do ISA, there's so many job post for you. Usually it's mostly for analyst side, like technical technology analyst or a business analyst. And he also talked about entrepreneurship. At the very end, I'm going to show you something very special for me that's I've been working on for quite some time with my friends, which is to the last of the presentation. Now moving on, this is I think something that you guys are more interested comparing to listening to ISA and okay, he has talked so much about ISA. My point here is to tell you my journey. I'm a year 3 student, so my journey through year 1 all the way to year 3. And I want to mind you that I said 2 words, right? Explore and extrovert, right? Now throughout this sharing, you'll see how these two words are reflected throughout my journey. Starting with year 1, I chose the word discovery and adaptation because you're new to a new environment and you're still learning. So let me go through all my activities that I've done in HKU or outside. The first would be, okay, lead for life. This is something, it's like me doing a promotion right now. If you ever get into HKU, a must. Please do. It's something that I highly value a lot. So Lead for Life, it's like a character leadership course. You can call it a course, but it's more of a mentorship thing. So me, I joined this in year 1, and you can see I'm team resilience. These are my team. Here is my mentor, another mentor. He's the HR director of ESF, the English Schools Foundation, basically. And she has been retired, but she's also very experienced professionals. So you'll have a professional in your program, 2 usually, and you'll be in team, for example, Curiosity, Peace. I was in team Resilience. And you'll see that that was my first ever high table dinner, and it was completely free of charge because it was them paying for everything. So that was my first ever high table dinner experience, which I enjoyed. And you'll see over here, sailing trip. My mentors love sailing a lot. So, sailing is very expensive. Like owning a boat, that is crazy. So my mentors have, a lot of passion for sailing. So because I'm part of their group, so my team, like my whole resilience team, they invited us to go on a sailing trip. Not once, but twice. I recently went in July again, but didn't add that photo because I didn't have space. And since this program is usually for 2 years, so you'll see top over here, there's like a certificate for completing this whole course or a whole program. So if you want to enrich your uni life, this is something that I highly recommend. And talk onwards is the mentorship program. This was in year 1 again, in the very beginning. So this is my mentor. Yeah, you'll see this is my mentor. I joined in year 1, and I'm right now year 3. And you can see I'm still in contact with my mentor. She's a very nice person. She's in the insurance company, working under the CEO directly. So I joined in year 1. I had other mentees, but I'm not sure if they're still in touch with her or not. But me personally, I'm still in touch with her. These photos, especially this one and the top one, that is from other events. So I've invited her. For example, I've been hosting some events. I need some professional to come over. So I would invite her. So that's why you need to be proactive. Keep, even though it's a 1-year program, you can still maintain this connection forever. So she always reached out to me from time to time. And yeah, moving on. This is the Equal Opportunity Youth Ambassador. I joined this through HKU. They had a lot of promotion on this. Joined us in year 1 again. And you can see some photos over here. So it's basically about raising, sexual harassment. We'll have a project to do. You have different events. This was the blind running where you'll be blindfolded and you have to run like a whole lap, if I remember correctly. We went to Meta, the old Facebook company. So we had a visit there. We had an award ceremony. We had activities with SEN kids. So a very meaningful program, which I think they've already started application again, but only for university students, of course. They started application, but if next year, HKU will also do its promotion, because they'll reach out to different universities. So if you're interested, also recommend this. I was the ambassador. It's a 6 months long program. And next is this PPP, Peach Perfect program. So this is something, it's like a competition where you will be, going into different companies. So I went to Cathay and EY, the big four company, where I had to do this kind of competition. And one best part is that going into this PPP, I'm now part of this club called Student Associate Club, and I'm currently the deputy ambassador of this. I recently have an event last week. I couldn't add any pictures to that because I just recently completed that event where I was moderating the talk. And yeah, let me quicken up a little bit. And this is some internship programs that I've done, U21 internship program, and also this U21 global citizenship. It's also through HKU, which is like, it's all remote. So basically you're just attending Zoom classes with people all over the world. And you get some microcredits and a certificate and also some points, yeah. And this is the first ever CaseCom that I joined, and then we won semi-finalists. This is my friend with me, my mentor, and then the pictures over here. And moving on to year two, I'm so sorry I'm quickening up, but I only have 5 minutes left. So year two, exploration and involvement. So year two, I was interviewed by RDHK. You know what RDHK is, right? So this is my Chinese school teacher over here. So she invited me to go to RDHK because I'm a EM, ethnic minority, and they wanted to talk about EM struggle in learning Cantonese. So I was invited by them to just like a radio show. That's what it, and I was very proud of this achievement. I'm like, okay, I'm being chosen among I don't know how many people. So it was a very good achievement for me. And then I'm a very active helper for Cedar. So this is SII, Student Induction Instructor, basically helping freshmen, year ones. I love helping year ones a lot. Like I have a lot of, you could call them mentees, who would be coming to me for help. So these are some activities that I've joined. Colloquial Connector. This is usually for non-locals and international students. So you see the girl in pink is basically me. Pink, 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 pink. That's easy. That's me. So this is usually for, for international students, but I was a connector. So I had connectees with me, basically the students who needed some help in adjusting to HKU, needed any help. So I was part of that. And I had, this is Peer Impact Network. So under this program, me and my friends over here, we organize two activities. One is the activity you see on top, which was over these two pictures. It's like the activity was called Good Food, Good Mood. We had another with like therapy dogs. So you can see that I've also organized a lot of activities with the help of Cedars, which is under HKU, of course. And UNICEF Club at HKU, I'm the vice president of UNICEF Club. So we've organized a lot of workshops, a lot of case comps. We've organized MUN. We have had different collaboration with, this is like the Deaf Society outside of Hong Kong. No, outside of HKU, which is a Hong Kong Deaf Society, also help them. And then we have Eureka Consulting Group, because me personally, I want to be a consultant, so I'm very interested in consultancy, right? So I've joined a lot of different consultancy-related groups. So this is one in HKU, which I joined in semester 1 of year 2. And I had Green Hospitality. So this I joined under, this was under Impact Lab. This is basically a course, 6-credit course, where you can get 6 credit and you do an internship. I don't have any picture of me being in it because it was a very hectic post, but I think it was my first ever official internship. And venture into future career. This is something that has brought me so many opportunities. I joined as a student under this program, but the people, like this person over here and this person, they really liked me. So after this event finished, so they invited me to come to their events. Like you could see this big event. This is outside HKU, outside HKU, outside HKU. They invited me outside of HKU for the annual dinners to help them out. So that's why if you're proactive, if people like you, they're going to invite you to more than, a lot of their own events. Connectivity in Finance is basically a program where you would be going into different companies like Goldman Sachs. We have so many other, like we went to DBS too. So this is just some common, only for business school students. This is also for a business school student. I joined this Accenture Business Consulting Program where you'll have to do it similar to like a case competition with your group. Enactus Hong Kong, it's something outside of Hong Kong. No, outside of HKU, sorry, outside of HKU. So it's basically an NGO focusing on social entrepreneurship and also on social impact. So I joined as an associate manager, but got promoted as the deputy manager. But right now I'm the incubation manager, got promoted again. So this is something, recently I went to World Cup, which I'll show you later onwards. And here we usually I'm the part of the organizing committee holding different case competition. We have a regional competition, and lastly, the World Cup happened in Bangkok lately. We had, okay, so this course I took in year 1, semester 2. My professor liked my performance a lot. So this course, I had to create like a video presentation. She liked my performance. My overall grade was very good. And I got she told me, do you want to be a teaching assistant, basically a tutor, to teach university students this course? So I'm basically a TA for this course. Year 3, leadership and impact. So I'm a Muslim, so I'm part of this MSA group as a PR director, which, yeah, to me is very important. And then this Impact Lab thing. Impact Lab is do you remember the green hospitality I mentioned? I joined green hospitality through Impact Lab, and I'm the events and community coordinator. I have joined this 180 degrees consulting, and I'm the partnership director over here. I was a consultant before, but I got promoted as a partnership director. My duty is just to finding clients, holding different company visit and training sessions. Had this Chatter That Matter, which I'm the president for, focusing on mental health and sexual health. We've been having active booths. You could see we're giving out some, raising awareness of mental health. So we're just giving out, these gifts. I had this mentorship. This is the secretary, where is she? Yeah, secretary of Home Affairs Department, Mrs. Ingrid. That's her. That's her. And then I got nominated by Cedars to join this program. So you have to really be an outstanding student to join, different activities. This is organized by Hong Kong government, basically, this mentorship program. My mentor is from Netherlands. She's from Netherlands, and she came back. She wasn't here that day, but I did meet up with her afterwards. Home Affairs Department is recently. I was a summer intern with Home Affairs Department. I was summer holidays, June to August, where I had to just work with them. You can see this was the second intern with me. They invited me again to different events to be the MC and just help out with their event. And yeah, this is recently I went to Enactus World Cup in Bangkok, and this was under Enactus Hong Kong. So you could see that there were so many Enactus countries, for example, Enactus Italy, Enactus India and Korea, whatever. So I went there. I was representing Hong Kong, so it was a big achievement for me myself. And yeah, a lot of photos here. And there's more. Okay, this is Rethink Hong Kong, which is a very famous flagship program every year. So I was a volunteer of them. They invite a lot of professionals outside, and I was chosen as the MC. These opportunities I find outside, so you really have to be actively searching for more and more. And lastly, the most important thing, me and my friends have co-founded like a company called Umeed Limited. So Umeed is basically an Urdu word for hope, Haymong basically. So this is the company we're currently focusing on. You can see the official documents. We're still working on the website and everything. We recently established in August. We did get funding from different, like we participated in Maker Bay Foundation. We got the funding, we're working on it. And really hope that if you guys could support at the same time. ISA has helped me in founding this thing. Yeah. Founding this co-founder thing. So it's like what I'm trying to tell you. I'm really overrunning, so I'm going to quickly wrap up. What I'm trying to say is that a lot of students, when they come to HKU, they always focus on their GPAs or stuff like that. You could see for me, GPA is okay, important, but not a priority. For example, if you're graduating HKU, if I'm to ask you, how's your HKU life? And all you did was studying, that's such a boring thing to do. So what I'm telling you that HKU has so many opportunities. Take advantage of every single one of them because you're paying the tuition fee. Might as well just do everything because it's all free of charge. I'm doing double major, one minor. It's not like I'm paying extra tuition fee. It's still the same fee as all of you if you were to come to HKU, right? So take advantage of every resource you have. And please, don't ever call yourself a normal person because I personally believe that if you call yourself a normal, like I'm just an ordinary person, I think that's such a big insult. Don't call yourself ordinary. Call yourself extraordinary and be special because everybody is very different. And yeah, thank you so much for attending and coming here. And if you have any question, I'll be staying here for 2-3 minutes.
You get 2 majors, one minor, and all of these experiences. How did you manage your time? So anyhow, based on her experience, you can see university life is not just about studying. You can also get other experiences outside of the school. So yeah, that's everything we want to share with you today. And as you already know, we have another talk regarding to this BBA program. If you're interested in that program, just mark it down on your calendar. And we also have student ambassadors somewhere on the ground floor. If you want to talk with them to know more, feel free to go there to chat with them. So if you have any questions, you can stay behind. I will also stay behind to take your questions anyhow. I hope to see you guys next year when you become Hong Kong U students. So thank you.